We've worn so many titles in our lives: mom, partner, boss, caregiver, fixer of everything. But who are we when the titles fade? In this episode, I'm getting personal about identity, loss, and rediscovering the woman underneath all the labels. If you've ever asked, who am I now? This one's for you. You're listening to This Woman Can. I'm your host, Janice Sutherland, where I help mature professional Black women take charge of their careers and lives to create a future on their terms. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to This Woman Can. I am your host, Janice Sutherland, career strategist for mature Black women and helping you rewrite the rules of midlife one bold and fabulous story at a time. So, today's episode, well, it might hit a little bit of a nerve in the best possible way. 'Cause I only have your best interests at heart because we're talking about identity, not the one on your business card or what your LinkedIn profile says about you, but who you really are when all the labels fall away. And by labels, I don't mean the one on the back of your dress. I mean the ones that, like wife, mother, boss, daughter, caregiver, volunteer, the strong one, the one who always has it all together, the one who you can all rely on. Sound familiar? But what happens when one or all of these labels disappear? Maybe the kids are grown, maybe you've left the job, maybe the marriage has ended, maybe you're just tired of being the reliable one, and suddenly you're left asking, who am I now? In all honesty, for many of us, our titles and roles have defined us for decades. We aspire to get to that senior role, to be the CEO, to be the head of, the director of, and all those things. It's how we get validation, connection, even survival. And those roles gave us structure, they gave us meaning and purpose. But the thing is, they were never meant to be your whole identity, they were temporary. You're not just what you do for others. You're not the sum of your responsibilities. And contrary to popular belief, you're not being selfish when you ask, what about me? You're being human. Yeah, pinch yourself. You're human. So let's talk about grief. And I'm talking about grief. Yes, grief. And grief is not in the person, but when you let go of a role or when life forces you to. Made redundancy, you're laid off, or you just have to go for whatever reason, you're not just losing the responsibility, you're often losing community, routine, status, and your sense of self. And that's real. That's really that's all part of you, and it deserves space. So if you're feeling disoriented in this season of life, like you're floating in the middle of an identity void, guess what? You're not broken. You're not broken. You're becoming. And it's right you feel that way. But rediscovering you is the fun part. Yep, the fun part. This is where you get to try things on for size, explore the passions you probably parked 20 years ago, travel somewhere alone, take the pottery class, start the business, read a novel just because you can, and ask yourself, what do I want now? What kind of days do I want to wake up to? What lights me up? And who am I when no one needs anything from me? Just think about that, those 4 questions. Because guess what? You're allowed to want more, even now, especially now. And let me tell you, should I say, let me tell you what I've learned from myself and from the many women I coach. When we start removing those labels, the things that are attached to us, and letting our authentic selves breathe a little. See, I feel it already. Something happens. We reconnect with our essence, our being, who we are. We learn to love ourselves as we are, not just for what we produce or who we are to somebody else. And we get braver about showing up for life fully without needing permission. So if you're in a season where you're shedding labels or staring down the question of who am I now, know this. That question isn't a crisis. You're not struggling. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to come home to yourself. So take the time, be curious, and remember, you are still becoming. And if I can, you can, this woman can. And do me a favour. If this episode resonates with you, I'd love to hear your story. Share it with me on Instagram, I am Janice Sutherland, or drop a message over at janicesutherland.com. And hey, forward this episode to another woman who might need a little reminder that she's more than her labels. So until next time, keep showing up for you. Take care. Thanks for listening. If you got something from this week's episode, please let me know. Better yet, share it with your friends, colleagues, and anyone you know who can benefit from this message. Don't forget to subscribe or write a review and connect with me at my website, janicesutherland.com, where you can also subscribe to the This Woman Can newsletter or connect with me on LinkedIn. Remember, you have the wisdom, resilience, authenticity, and power to create a life on your terms. And if I can, you can, this woman can. Take care until next time.